Welcome to the Arctic Night Live. We are coming to you live tonight from Rådhustorget, the town hall square in Umeå, still in the northern part of the territory we usually refer to as Sweden. We are here tonight because this is the location of the Arctic Art Summit 2026. The first day is about to come to an end. But of course, we welcome all of you that are present here on this town hall square with your late night drinks, but also all of you enjoying your early morning drinks in Alaska and Siberia and everywhere else and everywhere in between. I want to start today once again by acknowledging that we are on Arctic land tonight. This is the land of the Arctic people. And we are gathered here because we share land, we share power structures, and we share all kinds of businesses, shops, and organizations that are called Arctic something. For example, the Arctic Porta Potty rental outlet in Anchorage, Alaska. We are here tonight to update you on the Arctic. We have great music and great guests. We are joined by Rebecca Tornberg and Jørgen Stenberg from Umeå, yes. Ivar Beddari from the Norwegian side, and Jerker Bexelius, the head of the Sami Cultural Association, Vjermieko. So this is the Arctic Night live in the Arctic, by the Arctic, for the Arctic. It is not just the Arctic that's a hot topic in Sweden these days, so is truth and reconciliation. Reconciliation, försoning in Swedish, it means to bring harmony and balance, to restore friendly relations. It all started back in the 1980s in Latin America, where new democratic governments set up commissions to deal with the history of dictatorships. Argentina had a military junta and got a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Chile had Augusto Pinochet and got a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and both dictatorships were heavily supported by the US of America. These countries had thousands of missing, tortured, and murdered people. The Truth and Reconciliation reports were supposed to deal with the past, make people responsible for their actions, and at the same time try to find a possible path into the future. Not an easy task. When Guatemala and Peru were the next one out, it became clear that indigenous people were often the hardest hit by these dictatorships. They are not just violent, they are violent and racist. Not very surprisingly, racism and violence is the perfect match. That could definitely be seen in South Africa. Their Truth and Reconciliation Commission dealt with the transition out of the whole apartheid system, led by the amazing Bishop Desmond Tutu. And then, in 2008, Canada took on a new approach. No dictatorship had ended, even if the indigenous kids living in the residential schools across the north probably felt it like they were living in a dictatorship. Canada needed both truth and reconciliation, and the Commission found, among other things, that the boarding schools had committed cultural genocide. And this was even before the finding of the mass graves, so there's more work to be done there, Canada. After Canada came Kalaallit Nunaat, who tried to get Denmark on board. Now, picture this. Kalaallit Nunaat asks Denmark, would you consider joining a commission with us to investigate your 300 years of colonial Danish rule over Kalaallit Nunaat? I mean, after all, you did burn our drums, steal our children, sterilize our sisters, and force us to move, etc. The Danish Prime Minister replies, well, thank you very much for asking, but no thanks, we're fine. I mean, really, we don't need any reconciliation. We are reconciled. So Kalaallit Nunaat did it all by themselves. There was quite a bit of truth to be found, not much reconciliation. Wonder what the good Bishop Desmond Tutu would think about that. Later followed Norway, Finland, and now Sweden, all looking at the history of oppression towards the Sami. And while we wait for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission for Palestine sometime in the future, this is where we are now. Ta-da! Sweden. Sweden has a long history of not being particularly worried about the Sami. And not just the Sami, really. The whole northern part of this country is looking more and more like one big open-air iron ore pit. There are mines everywhere. It's like a big cheese full of holes, a big solid Norwegian Jarlsberg cheese. And if you continue to eat it out from the inside, carving out the cheese, in the end the whole thing will collapse. Funny, isn't it? The community of Malmberget, which means the iron ore hill, has already disappeared into a black hole in the ground. It's more or less gone. The old city center of Kiruna, Giron, is about to disappear. A brand new downtown is built a few kilometers down the road, complete with new generic hotels, coffee shop, and of course, a new art museum. Both Malmberget and Giron are Sami homelands. On top of this, the lakes and rivers of the interior of Sweden are seriously infected by hydropower plants. And what happens when you have loads of green energy? Well, data centers are popping up like a plague, and we're told they are the saviors of the Arctic. Development, jobs, investments, tax income. Hallelujah, everybody! The American tech lords have power from northern Sweden injected into their veins. Sweden is their dealer, their green energy dealer. Now, you might think, well, that's great for those local communities in the north. The north of Sweden must become super rich. Not. All that tax money ends up in Stockholm, and all those increased electricity bills ends up in the north. I met a very polite elderly man up north from here a few weeks ago. We had only talked for a couple of minutes when he said the C word. The C word. He said, "We have been colonized. We are colonized. We are being exploited." And he wasn't even Sami. The city of Umeå, Umeå, was selected as the European capital of culture back in 2014. The story goes that the competition was pretty hard, and Umeå, seriously speaking, wasn't necessarily the hottest candidate. But then, late in the process, in a meeting discussing the application strategy, someone said, but what if we add a bit of Sami culture to that application? And boom! Before you knew it, Umeå won. Umeå pulled the Sami out of the shadows when they were useful and then sort of stuffed them back into the closet again afterwards. When it was all over, it took 12 years after that indigenous capital of culture before a road sign with the Sami city name was installed. 12 years to put up a road sign. That is Swedish efficiency, ladies and gentlemen. It probably did not take 12 years to put up the statue of King Gustav II Adolf. It's just on the other side of that building over there. He was known as the warrior king, also known as the Lion of the North for his brutal warfare down in Europe. We'll get back to both kings and lions and north in just a bit. While people waited for a road sign in this city to come up, the city of Umeå chose to become the proud host of Rally Sweden. Or a magical winter festival, as it is also called. The problem was that the rally runs right through the winter pasture of the reindeer of Rans Sami community, just at the outskirts of Umeå. And last year, when the community protested against the rally, they first received threats, and then 3 reindeer were found with their throats slit at the rally tracks. The local police also had to report themselves to the police because the local police officer had used the police helicopter to drive reindeer away from the tracks on orders from the rally. The World Rally Championship, which is the international moneymaker behind all this, is owned by a German investment company and Red Bull. So everybody, let's pop a Red Bull and go out and kill some reindeers, shall we? The good news is, though, that the reason why the rally came to Umeå in the first place is that there is no longer any snow down south where it used to be. So you don't worry, Umeå, just hang in there for a couple of more years and climate change will come and save you. Tomorrow, here at the Arctic Arts Summit, the Swedish Truth Commission will, for the first time, make public some of its findings. We're all excited about that, but the question is, though, what can we expect? Anything at all? Serious actions? Or in the end, just a seriously looking Prime Minister doing the usual, "We deeply apologize for the wrongdoings of the state. That was a long time ago. Now let's listen to a Sami yoik and then go out and dig some mines and watch the Rally Sweden." What truth and what reconciliation can possibly come out of this? We have good brains present here and souls that are joining us later to give us an answer. But first, in downtown Umeå, there is a place called Renmarkstorget, the Reindeer Field Square. Yes, it's just a few hundred meters that direction. Let's check out what happened down at the Reindeer Field Square yesterday.
Jag kommer från Norting. Vi är en folkförsamling för norr. Och vi har med oss en gåva till Umeå och till alla Umeåbor. Den ska stå här på Renmarkstorget i några dagar. Eller Botsio Govtmeguavdu som Renmarkstorget heter på umesamiska. Precis som i Norge så har den svenska staten ett lejon som sitt skyddsdyr. Men det vet ni ju redan. Men lejon har väldigt lite med Sverige att göra och extremt lite med norra Sverige att göra. Däremot är lejonet en gammal symbol för kungen och kungens makt. Lejonet är en symbol för central makt, militär makt, kunglig makt, brutal makt, huvudstadsmakt, Stockholms makt. Men norra Sverige behöver mindre makt i Stockholm och mer makt i norr. Norra Sverige måste själv få bestämma hur framtiden här ska se ut. Norra Sverige måste själv få bestämma över resurserna i norr, över marken och fjällen, över mineralerna, vindkraften, vattenkraften och alla de pengar som kommer från de resurserna. Därför måste det svenska kungliga lejonet förlora huvudet idag. Det är dags att ta tillbaka kontrollen. Det är dags att avtäcka en annan helgedom. Vissa tillber kors eller flaggor med stjärnor och ränder. Vissa tillber män i slips. Våran helgedom idag är något annat. Det är en vision, en hägring, en möjlighet. Den bär på ett hopp om en annan verklighet där framme. Ett leons kropp är evig styrka. En rens huvud är evig insikt. Renen är det cirkumpolära Nordens alldeles egna skapelse. Den binder oss samman. Du kan fråga det till råds. Du kan be till det. Du kan offra till det. Du kan känna styrkan det besitter och finna ro. Renlejonet är vår nordliga svings, vår grip, lyckoamulett och skyddshelgon. Äntligen, mina vänner, står det nu en ren på Renmarkstorget i Umeå.
Yes, yes, the reindeer lion on the reindeer field square. That's a beautiful match. And for all you reindeer lion lovers out there, this is a scale model, a 1 to 20 scale model of the reindeer lion. It is now for sale in our Real Arctic shop down in Veven. Be sure to visit the shop. Now, to make us all wiser on truth, reconciliation, lions, kings, and Sweden, we have with us Rebecca Tornberg and Jerker Bexelius. Rebecca is director of Trapie, the Sami Center in Umeå, and Jerker is the leader of the National Sami Cultural Association, Vjermjeko, and director of Galtje Sami Museum in Östersund. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thanks for having us as guests in your city, Rebecca. I have to say we're enjoying it.
Oh, thank you. And as a note, I can tell you it's actually Bonta, like the state approved my Sami name. So speaking about taking back like our culture, even have to have the state approve our names. Yeah.
Well, excellent. Jerker, we're talking about truth and reconciliation.
Yes.
The need for that obviously comes from somewhere. How would you describe the relationship between the Swedish state and the Sami community?
Oh,
Yeah,
big
it's-
question.
that's a
It's
big question.
you know, I think I could probably answer that in many different ways, depending on what day it is. I would say it's not too good when you go deep into it. I don't think. Well, we lack the respect that we should have. I think, and the interest and the knowledge and everything. So I would say it's not too good.
It's not too good, no. And is this also a historical issue? Is it today? Is it both? It's not. It's been bad all the time.
It's been bad all the time. I would say it's very much a historical issue. It comes from a long time back. I don't think. Well, when they set foot here, that's when it started. I guess. So it's a long journey.
How about you, Rebecca? How is this locally in Umeå?
Well, I think it's quite interesting, like you said about the capital of culture. That's kind of when Umeå kind of woke up and were like the common people, or like the Daro, the un-Sami people were like, wait a minute, is this like Sami territory?
That was news.
It was news
for
to
people,
them.
Yeah?
And like even like a friend of mine that I've known for years, we were talking. He was like, "What do you mean Sami? I thought you were Swedish." So they have really no knowledge at all. And still we have to battle these type of discussions. Like even now with this sign, and it was actually applied for the first time in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, and still they're like, oh, here they go again, the Sami people making up names, pretending like this is something new, but it's actually something really old. So all the time it's kind of, in a way, defending something that has existed for a really long time.
And this Truth and Reconciliation Commission, is that something that people are occupied with? Are people interested in that in the Sami community, Jerker?
Yeah, within the Sami community.
yeah.
I think we were talking just on before we came on. It's really interesting because when Marianne Groik was here during the Umeå BB, she said we have to make a difference between the Truth Commission and the Reconciliation because they are not the same. They are kind of separate. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no reconciliation process. We never asked for that. So, but your question, I think it also depends very much on who you ask. It's for me personally, I'm very invested in that. I spoke to people today, and I say that well, I have to believe in something coming out of that. Otherwise, I don't see any idea of being in that process, of course. So until they show me that they will do only nothing good will happen out of it. Until they show me that, I believe good things will happen. And I think as long as the process is still going on, we have to keep the pressure on that. We must tell them that we expect things to change.
And at the same time, when they're talking about, because this is mainly, I think, like the church in Sweden talking about the reconciliation, and then when the Sami people kind of pointed out, well, what about all this forests kind of land that you owe?
That the church, Swedish church
yeah,
owned,
that the Swedish. No, that's a separate matter.
Yeah,
we're not going to include that in the reconciliation. So we just put that on the side, like, and then where is the reconciliation? And I think a lot about an author that we have here, who is a priest, but a good priest, I guess, Petra Karlsson, and she talked about, like, isn't it weird that they're trying to put the holiness inside the church instead of looking at the land, because in the land is where all the resources are.
Right, so it's very, very disturbing if the land is holy, because then you cannot exploit the resources.
And the land is holy.
It's unpractical.
For us,
it's
the
very
land is very,
it's very unpractical.
We're very inconvenient.
Yeah, you're inconvenient.
Yeah.
Very. Jerker, what in concrete terms, what do you expect when from the Commission?
Well, a lot of different things. I've been involved in writing suggestions to the Truth Commission, and those are about giving us an opportunity and a position where we can tell our own stories. I think it's very important to do that for our kids and for ourselves, of course. Both historical stories, but also about present day and what's in the future. We, as a people, you should be entitled to that right, and that's one thing we have suggested. But I mean, there are so many different things. Improve the language structure. You name it. Everything needs to improve.
So this is your hope for it. But your expectations, where are they? Sort of. This is where you want to come. Where do you?
Well, in line with what I said before, I think they at this moment I think that they have to be the same.
Right.
I have to have high hopes. I have to have high demands, and I have to expect those things to happen, because we are still 3 or 4 months until the report will be out there. And up until then, I truly believe and I truly hope that everyone here is trying to do everything they can to make these things happen. But once the report is out there and the state says that we will do nothing, well, that is another reality.
Yeah.
But up until then, let's go for it. And I have high hopes and big expectations.
Great. Rebecca, can I ask you, how did it go with this Rally Sweden this year?
Well, it was quite calm, I think.
It was quite calm.
Yeah. It wasn't as much, but
Not as much rally cars, or not as
no,
much?
not as much threats, because we have our Sami festival after the rally. The year before that, we actually had a lot of threats to our community. So this year it was quite calm in comparison. But still, there are problems. There are still problems, because there is always problems with rally. And we see it in social media, and we see it in the comments, and we see it how people talk amongst themselves that are not Sami and are not educated in Sami traditions, and they keep on questioning, why can't they just put the reindeer somewhere else, or why can't they just, they're just doing this to be like, to be assholes.
Can't you just enjoy the rally?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody else?
This is a good business
It's a
opportunity.
good
Can't you
business.
see that?
It's good for Umeå, isn't it?
So they probably. Yeah.
Tourists are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I think it's great, Jerker. You're positive. But what do you think about the interest of the Swedish state or the Swedish political level? What are they interested in? Depends on the government, of course. There's an election coming up.
If I
Be careful now. Yeah.
Yeah. To be cynical, I think that, it's kind of something to show for their kids that we did have this Truth Commission end. So they will probably live on that heritage for some time, I guess. You see, I'm shifting between high hopes and low expectations, and high expectations and low hopes. But yeah, you have to try at least.
You have to try, you have to believe. I think we should stay with the high expectations and high hopes, shouldn't we?
Yeah. I urge everyone to do that
to be a
from now
little
on.
bit
Give it the
delusional.
last few months and do everything you can to make things happen.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's end on a high note. Let's end with a high hope. Thank you so much for coming here and making us all wiser.
Thank you very
Jerker
much.
Bexelius
Thank you.
and Rebecca from Trapi Sami Center in Umeå. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. So now we're all prepared for the Swedish Truth Commission and, of course, for the next Rally Sweden. We're also ready for some more music. We have with us someone that comes from very close to my own hometown. I come from Vadsø in northern Norway on the coast of Finnmark. And the guest, yes, we have someone from there here. That's great. And the next guest is from this area. He comes from Pasvik. Himself is a mix of Sami, Kven, and Norwegian. And he grew up on the border, by the border river to Russia. He could swim over if he wanted to. We're happy that he didn't. We like that he stayed on this side. Ivar Beddari is an actor, musician, and creative soul. He is here to share with us a song dealing with his own experiences of Norwegianization. Ivar Beddari.
Oldefar hadde en yndlingsfuru, stereotypisk. Den sto I hagen, klarte ikke holde rundt den, den var grå. I den bodde hakkespett mange generasjoner, Anders Olla, sa han. Jeg skjønte ingenting. Nok om den helvetes furu. Jeg ute I verden, chipperi, kjapp, det går så fort. Skjønner hvert ord, men ikke alltid intensjon. Dere jo huleboere, eller lukka-boka, som han Aslak Heika sa I Nytt på Nytt her en dag. Men det sant, Original G's var tidlig ute og tagger rein på store stein I Alta. Kanskje det det samme, du vet, uttrykningsbehov med enkle tegn. Jeg var her, enkle symbol. Først når jeg liker at det går sakte, jeg vil hugge ved en sjøl. Jeg vil bli blå på tunga I august, la mi bjørn. Og jeg elsker at det så fett, det helvetes kaldt. Det ikke det som å leve da, og faktisk sette pris på sola? Jeg kanskje enkel, men ikke noe banditt. Den eneste sniken som her under isen, vi setter snikt I syken. Vi har også gangstere, det 800 år gamle forfedre. De kloke furutrærne, dem har sett shit, ta dritt og holde enda koken I industrielle revolusjoner. Men vi kan jo bare plante nye skoger, men trærne vet hva som sant. De har gaina litt visdom opp I hjernen, men hvorfor trenger vi gammel urskog til å huse insekter og dyr og bær og tær og fette CO2? Nei, si det. Nei, gjeld og trærne lar seg ikke lure. Vi kommer aldri til å la oss lure. Jeg forstår hvorfor det strømmer I elva der jeg ser en dråk. Jeg hører pip, pip, kokeli, nu det vår. Kanskje jeg enda ser og hører på et hjertespråk. Selv om jeg straffer meg selv for ikke si ordene riktig. Jeg pisker meg selv for at mine forfedre fikk svi. Demonisert I koloniseringa med vi demoner kan ha demoner, og de ikke nødvendigvis grei. Kan være fordeler med å bære forbannelse av. Slapp av, det jorda som ordner opp. Karma faktisk en greie. Det litt slitsomt med alle de der urfolksparagrafene og freda og erna områder. Faen, jeg skulle ønske jorda kunne snakke jord som kapitalister kunne forstå noe av. Kanskje den hadde sagt Dere grabba! Men så kan jo ikke jorda snakke norsk I grafa. Men en av mon mamje ummeren jeg forstår. Tale saken din til jeg dør. Det ingen gakti eller brosje og sjal som kan snakke til meg som hendene mine, som ser ut som hendene dine, pappa som ser ut som hendene dine, bestefar som hendene dine, oldefar, akkurat som mine. De holder kunnskaper som gir meg følelsen av å forstå bare fordi jeg meg, summen av deg. Det var ikke forgjeves, hører dere meg, forfedra. Det Ole sin magasin og Ola Yngben Ivar som roper mon den mål opp I Angola. Mon kjær, hører dere meg, forfedra. Det Ole sin magasin og Ola Yngben Ivar som roper mon den mål opp I Angola. Mon kjær, ja, det var hendene mine. Som ser ut som hendene dine, pappa. Som hendene dine, bestefar. Som hendene til oldefar. Jeg skal passe. De får ikke furu av de oldefar. De får ikke furu av de bestefar. Jeg skal passe med hendene mine at de får ikke furu av de, pappa. Nei, de får ikke yndlingsfuru. De får ikke furu av mi. Nei, de får ikke furu av mi. Nei, de får ikke furu av mi. Whoop! De får ikke furu av meg. De får hvert fall aldri 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 furu av meg. Jeg skal vokte furua til oldefar. Jeg skal vokte furua til bestefar. Skal vokte furua til pappa. Med hendene til mine oldebarn. Takk.
Ivar Beddari. Perfect. Always good to have someone from close to home come to visit. Now, for you that did not follow us yesterday, Eva Svaneblom started to establish an army yesterday, inspired by the exhibition Melting Barricades by Inoxilis Høg and Asmund Havsten Mikkelsen. Now, let's have an update from Eva's project.
Hello? Wanna join my Arctic Army? Hey, do you wanna join my Arctic Army?
No, thank you.
No, not. Maybe next time. Do you wanna join my Arctic Army?
No, thank you.
No? You wanna join my Arctic Army?
My name is Christer.
Christer.
Yes.
So, do you have any special skills that I could use for my Arctic Army? If you wanna write all of the skills or some of the skills that you think will be most valuable for the army.
All right.
So, what did we have here? Drum.
Yeah, drum.
Have you ever shot a mammal? Hare? Bird? That's not a mammal.
I don't like war. Shoot animals.
No hunting?
No.
No. Nurse, that's actually really... A poet? Yeah, poems. Do you want to sign up?
Sure.
Just a name and then you can write golf there. Join me in the Arctic Army now! Join the Arctic Army!
And your name was?
Eva.
Eva, yeah.
Yeah. So
Colonel Eva.
yes,
Thank you for that.
thank you so much.
I
So
hope
I'll
I
see you.
can be in your army if I'm.
You will. You will.
Okay.
This is really valuable stuff. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
The same, Colonel.
Now,
Okay.
walk in peace.
The same. Walk in peace.
Be strong.
And take care of the environment.
Yes. And the Arctic.
And the Arctic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
The Arctic Army is growing and Eva is with us. Where are you, Eva? Eva is down there, everybody. There you are. Can we see? Yeah, there you are. She's down there by the campfire place. Find her. Signed up, please. Sign up, please. Yes. Excellent. You should be queuing. Good. By the way, did you notice anything a bit strange next to Eva down there? Something funny? Can we see her again, please? Can we see Eva again? Hello, can we see Eva again? Yeah, there we see Eva again. Excellent. She's down there by the not lit campfire. Can you see that? I mean, it's cold this evening. We're in the Arctic, but the campfire is not lit. And why is the campfire not lit? Now we need the camera back on me again, so yeah, thank you. Why is the campfire not lit? Because we're in Sweden. In Sweden, you need a polistillstånd for everything. Polistillstånd, that's a police permit. Without a polistillstånd, no campfire. Du måste ha ett polistillstånd. So if you're a bit cold down there, just go over to Eva and she'll put you into physical training for the Arctic Army to keep you warm. Excellent. Now, talking about armies, everybody. As you all know, we are currently on the brink of World War III. Can we have that in a picture? A good World War III there next to me? Yeah, it's coming up soon. There it is. But the question is that a bit too serious to say? We're on the brink of World War III. Maybe we can say some people think that we are close to World War III, and I can understand that. Look at Trump, Putin, look at Netanyahu and Jinping. It's all pretty fucked. But, as we know, wait for World War III, let's take a moment and look at Iceland. Why Iceland? Well, because Iceland is the only one of the Arctic territories who have ever gained sovereignty. Alaska has its independence party, but not much is happening over there. Yukon, Northwestern, and Nunavut in Canada is nowhere close. Kalaallit Nunaat is hesitating these days, and that's understandable. Northern Norway, Northern Sweden, Northern Finland are all at the moment way too scared of Putin and too sucked up in the cozy Scandinavian welfare states. And Arctic Russia, well, who knows what's going on in Arctic Russia, but Iceland. It all started in the mid-1800s. Iceland was part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and inspired by the revolutions sweeping across Europe, Icelandic folks in Copenhagen started a cultural revival. Yes, it all started with culture. The old Icelandic parliament was reopened, then there was a constitution, then there was home rule, and then there was the Treaty of 1918, which said that Iceland could choose full freedom after 25 years, and then there was World War II. Imagine being Iceland for a second. You're trying to break free from Denmark and that irritating king, which is always named Christian or Frederick. It's been like that for 500 years. The Danish king has been called Christian, that's Christian in English, or Frederick, 19 kings in a row. Christian, Frederick, Christian, Frederick, Christian, 500 years. Anyway, imagine being Iceland. You're trying to break free from that irritating king. You've signed a deal to let them run all foreign policy for 25 years, and you're not quite sure what's going to happen afterwards. And then, World War II. Overnight, the Danish king disappears. He's gone. He can't do anything. He's just sitting in his castle in Copenhagen with a German gun pointing to his head. Iceland, on the other side, is occupied by Britain. Allied forces are building military bases. Iceland makes lots of money. The 24 years deal comes to an end. It's 1944, and the Danish king, still silent. What do the Icelanders do? Well, they hold a referendum. 97% votes for independence. Yes, you have to wonder about those last 3%, but 97%. And that's it. Denmark couldn't do shit about it. They were still occupied by Germany. Iceland is still laughing today. Now they're making successful TV series about the crazy Danes. This is a story about a retired Danish elite soldier going nuts, made in Iceland and sold to the world. So I say, if we find ourselves in the middle of World War III, even if we have not started it or wished for it, would that possibly be the chance we have been looking for?
Ragnheiður Skúladóttir, you're Icelandic, and I invited you to talk with me. I want to know everything about Iceland and its independence. There must be something more than timing. Like, is there a certain spirit that comes with this timing?
Absolutely. We don't take any shit from anybody. Well, it takes work. It doesn't do to just sit on your ass and interview people. You have to go out there and do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just, it's not going to happen if it's all in your head, lady. You have to believe in what you are fighting for.
Does Iceland have an army?
Well, that's a matter of definition. We do not have armed army with conventional weapons. Our art practices and our culture has been our weapon of choice. With culture we fight.
With culture you
fight. They can take our weapons away from us, but they can't take our insights. To sharpen your mind, you have to have a sharp body. So, give me some push-ups. 1, 2, 3. None of that knee stuff. 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Yes, and sit-ups. 20 sit-ups. Higher, 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 higher. More. Show me some jumps and push-ups and jumping jacks. Precision, precision, precision.
I feel the spirit rising already, Ragnheiður.
And shout out, what do I want?
Defending the Arctic.
Why do you want it?
For us to be together.
What do you want?
An independent Arctic.
Why do you want it?
Because together we're stronger.
And how are you going to get it?
With togetherness and my Arctic army. And with spirit. Spirit.
That's the spirit. We need spirit, Eva. We need spirit. Oh, it's great. I'm really happy now to introduce to you all a traditional Jerker from the Umeå area. Jørgen Stenberg is keeping the Umeå Sami traditions alive, also on the stage of the Arctic Night Live. He's here with his guitarist Jonas Strandgård. Varsågod, Jørgen Stenberg.
Hello. It feels like it is on Saturday evening. It feels like it's the closest to Saturday evening I have been. I'm from Malå. Almost happiness. And when I think about happiness, I think about my father. And now we will joik. We or me will joik my father, Gunnar.
Strandgård. Amazing. Yes, thank you so much. Woo.
To all the criminal presidents and their sycophantic governments, to climate change denialists and white Christian nationalists, to all the Proud Boy Trumpists and Vladimir Putin's loyalists, to Armageddon Day fantasists and Pete Hegseth jihadists, to Manifest Destiny dictatorships and Estee Lauder extractivists, to Monroe Doctrine fetishists and their land-grabbing politics, we say! all the Proud Boy Trumpists and Vladimir Putin's loyalists, to Armageddon Day fantasists and Pete Hegseth jihadists, to Monroe Doctrine fetishists and Estee Lauder extractivists, to Manifest Destiny dictatorships and their land-grabbing politics, to Israeli self-defense, death penalty to dissidents, to walls and borders and blood on hands, to buying, selling Arctic lands we stand!
Pan-Arctic unity!
Pan-Arctic unity!
Pan-Arctic sovereignty!
Pan-Arctic sovereignty!
Pan-Arctic unity!
Pan-Arctic unity!
Pan-Arctic sovereignty!
Pan-Arctic sovereignty!
Freedom and unity!
Freedom and community!
Arctic people born free!
Arctic people born free!
Freedom and community!
Freedom and community!
Arctic people born free!
Arctic people born free!
This is Arctic land!
This is Arctic land!
This is where we make our stand!
This is where we make our stand!
This is Arctic land!
This is Arctic land!
This is where we make our stand!
This is where we make our stand!
From the ice cap to the sea!
From the ice cap to the sea!
Everybody will be free!
Arctic people will be free!
From the ice cap to the sea!
From the ice cap to the sea!
Everybody will be free!
Everybody will be free!
And this is Arctic land!
This is Arctic land!
We will always stand!
We will always stand!
Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale!
Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale! Arctic is not for sale!
Not for sale!
Thank you so much, everybody. We are back here tomorrow evening live from Rådhustorget in Umeå. Then we will dive into soft power together with the journalist Martin Gelin, who's written a whole book about that topic. We will talk about the documentary The White Gold of Greenland together with Naja Dyrendom Graugard. And we'll have music in both Galaklisut and Paruski. My name is Amund Schjølesven. This is the Arctic Night Live. Remember, don't do anything in Sweden without your polistillstånd. And welcome back to this digital campfire tomorrow evening. Thank you and take care. It's magic.